Hi guys, welcome to Counterpoints. My name is Cotter, and today we're going to be breaking down the armoring of a Space Marine. I am a science fiction, political, and philosophy nerd, and a Marine veteran and law enforcement veteran. I'm a big 40k nerd. So, go watch the original on YouTube. It's available on YouTube. Go check it out, and then come back with us. We're going to be pausing intermittently in order to break it down. Let's go.
Accept these burdens as the Imperium bleeds.
Yes! I was like, oh, it's this stupid little commercial. How am I going to, why would I care about it? Never mind. I love it. So anyways, we zoom in on the Marine, and they basically have diodes. They got holes in the back of his head and neck and the side of his head and his arms and his back. And that's because part of the part of the Space Marine initiation phase is basically being given gene seed, genetic modification that makes your body bigger, stronger, faster. Well, as a part of that involves a series of implantations, including something called black carapace. If I remember black carapace correctly, black carapace is actually the strengthening of the interior, like, rib cage. Black carapace. No, Space Marines. Yeah. The black carapace is the last one of the most 19 important. All right, so let's read this real quick. The black carapace, also known as the interface, is the last one and most important of the 19 gene seed organ implants a Space Marine neophyte will receive as he is transformed. This neuroreactive black organic fibrous material is implanted directly under the skin of the neophyte's torso. Points are then cut through the carapace by an apothecary using surgical tools that allows the Space Marine directly interface his central nervous system with his power armor. Yeah, so I thought it had more to do with, like, the fused rib cage, but apparently that is what we were looking at. The black carapace was the diode and skin nervous system that's pseudo-bionic. So, you can be a scout, meaning that you're getting all of the implantations. You can become 7 feet tall and incredibly strong and fast and all that kind of stuff. One of the last steps is getting your power armor interface, which is part of the reason why there's so much reverence given to the Space Marines, because they've suffered so much physically in order to become what they are. So we have the suffering servitors and the suffering mechanicus. When they zoom in on the biology, it's all rotting and looks like it's kind of stinky. The reason why is because the mechanicus are transhuman, and nobody cares about servitors. They're treated like furniture. So basically what's going on there is they operate without rest because they're more machine than human. And so you can see the lack of care that they give their organic parts because they care more about their mechanical parts. And as long as they're functioning, who gives a shit? So the Mechanicus, I never can get it quite right. The Adeptus Mechanicus, they worship technology and knowledge, and as a result, you can hear them praying to it because they are an occult. They worship truth and knowledge as a form of divinity, and they worship something called the Omnissiah, which they have attributed to the Emperor of Mankind, but the truth is the Emperor of Mankind is just like a superhuman, and the Mechanicus, on the other hand, worship knowledge. So they accepted the Emperor as the Omnissiah, but realistically, they have their own game that's afoot, which is worshiping technology and all that kind of stuff, which is why you'll see them throughout Imperial forces, not just to aid Space Marines and Imperial Guardsmen as they maintain their technology, but also to stay there as kind of eyes and ears for when Imperial forces bump into new technology that is worthy of the Mechanicus's curiosity. They do have mechadendrites, which are the attachments to the Space Marines. There's chapter serfs, which are the people who did not quite make it to be Space Marines but still showed some level of valor and value. They maintain equipment, they clean equipment, they maintain the chapter armory, they maintain the chapter home in the banquet halls and all that kind of stuff. And as you can see, they're participating in the armoring ceremony where they're, basically blessing the, the throne of the Space Marine with skulls of the dead. The paper, I'm accepting this, this oath or this thing on behalf of the Imperium. There used to be oaths of moment during the Horus Heresy. These were basically promises that were given sacred level of reverence by Space Marines before they went into battle, but they were secular promises of warriors to conduct themselves well in battle. So it looks like in the year 40,000 and beyond, they continue this tradition. So let's go back a couple of seconds and then keep it moving. Sorry.
I accept these burdens as the Imperium bleeds. I accept these burdens, knowing no fear. I accept these burdens as an angel of the Emperor. I sheathe my form in this second skin. This veil of machine muscle and false nerves. I stand firm against the alien, the mutant, the heretic. I grant no mercy. I give no ground. The symbol of loyalty unbroken. With reverence, I receive actuation, awakening the armored spirit. With pride, I wear the symbol of my chapter and join my brothers in war.
Well, the flow was too good to interrupt. So, I bear these burdens as the Imperium bleeds. I bear these burdens knowing no fear. I accept these burdens as an angel of the Emperor. So, the Imperium of Man, for anybody who's actually coming into this from like a very first episode, perspective. So the Imperium of Man is a interplanetary and transgalactic, so it's just in the Milky Way, transgalactic human empire that is being assailed on all fronts by the forces of chaos, basically devil worshipping sacks of shit, and Xenos, which are aliens. So the humans, the Space Marines, are transhuman, and they know no fear, is a common saying. They do experience fear, and they do experience emotions, but they're muted, and their training and hypno training and their armaments and their psychology is so well developed that their fear is not your and my fear. They don't panic. They don't freak out. They sense danger, and then they respond to it as best they can. And they've been genetically and psychologically altered to do so. They are angels of the Emperor. What is meant by this is the Emperor in this time period is revered as a god, and he is a demigod of sorts. He was brought into creation through the occult sacrifice of many psychic warriors into one big super being that has manipulated human history into the current epoch. And to get into the rest of the lore would be too much, but he used his gene seed to create the Primarchs, and then he used the gene seed of the Primarchs, who are his demigod sons, to create the Space Marines, and this gene seed is put into normal humans in order to push them past humanity. They stand against the alien, the mutant, and the heretic. The reason why these are brought up as identifiable and separate threats is the alien, the Xenos. The Imperium of Man is a xenocidal empire. They want to destroy all aliens. Then the mutant, any aberration of humanity is not tolerated. So there's something called the Gene Stealer cult, which is a genetic manipulation of humanity in order to turn it to an alien species. They burn those as well, and any chaotic taint is also burned out. The heretic, chaos, basically anybody who worships anybody but the God Emperor of mankind is given no mercy and surrendered no ground. The second skin, the false nerves. Well, this might be an affront to the Mechanicum because they've obviously invested severely in technology, and they would be insulted that you call it a second skin and you reject it as a level of technology. But you're also an 8-foot-tall demigod of war, so even if you're talking a little bit of shit, nobody's really going to care. Also, they were talking about how I give no ground. Captain Titus would like a word, okay? Listen. There's plenty of Space Marine chapters who took this word literally, I give no ground, because they thought of it as dishonor, and as a result, their chapters were obliterated. There were smarter chapters that played a little bit more of a tactical game, and as a result, they still survive. The Seraphim are human babies who have died as a result of the harsh conditions that humanity lives in, turned into servitors for grim, dark aesthetic effect. There are machine spirits, which are rudimentary intelligences that are inside technology, both inside the bolter and inside the armor. So artificial intelligence is not trusted, but machine spirits are basic sentiences that can be communicated with by human and mechanicus users and armorers and artificers. So I bear the Imperialis, loyalty unbroken. The wings with the skull, I believe, is the Imperialis, but I'll Google it afterwards. And then awakening the armorer spirit. That is what I was talking about with the machine spirit. The pride of the symbol of the chapter. Well, be careful with that, because pride goeth before the fall, and also chaos wants to corrupt your soul. So be careful with that. And then I'll join my brothers in war. So, little technical note. Where are the armor pouches, or the ammo pouches? He needs ammo pouches. Games Workshop, please give your Space Marines more than one magazine. Give them some ammo patches on their belt. Give them some ammo patches on their back. Give them some ammo pouches on their chest. Do anything. He can't just go into battle with 30 rounds. Please, for the love of God. Finally, I am iron. I am wrath. I am doom. And then his eye slits flick down. My only criticism of the armors are so many joints. This is supposed to be a vacuum-sealed, capable set of armor where a Space Marine lost in the void can survive for prolonged periods of time without being exposed to the elements. Now, I know there's more knightly modern Primaris armor that does show, like, You can basically pop up the visor and then you can see through the eye slits and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know if you have to do that with every armor piece. Jesus Christ. This is just a Joe with basic Primaris armor. But you know what? Whatever. It looks cool. It sounds cool. It's badass. I appreciate it. Thank you, Warhammer 40K. Thank you, Games Workshop, for actually putting an animation out onto YouTube so I can react with very little fear of getting copyright struck. I do appreciate it. Now, I'm going to go watch a Warhammer TV episode, break it down, make it transformative, and then try to post it without getting copyright struck so you fine folks at home can watch that. My name is Connor. I'm a science fiction political philosophy nerd. I am a Marine Corps veteran, a law enforcement veteran, and I try to share my deep passion for the Warhammer 40K universe and science fiction in general with my audience. I also do political debates and conversations, so it would mean a lot to me if you were willing to subscribe, ring the bell, like the video, leave a comment, and also check out the playlist. Got a Warhammer playlist with plenty of other animations. We got the Angels of Death playlist for the breakdown of almost the entire series. We have the Full Metal Jacket, End of Watch, and Fury playlist breaking down those films, and we're currently working on Aliens. So if you can check out all that stuff, awesome. If you want to become a member, you can become a YouTube member. If you want to watch us on Twitch when we go live between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. on Friday nights. And if you want to go to patreon.com/counterpoints, you can become a patron. Appreciate you. Catch you in the next one. Bye.